Hi, my name is Eric Olson, Director of HELPS. This video is especially for HELPS clients and is going to address the question that we sometimes get. I've enrolled in HELPS. I've given you the name of this creditor or this collector, and I'm still getting notices, demand letters, or I'm still getting telephone calls, and I want them to stop, and I don't know what to do. I'm still receiving those. What can HELPS do to help me? Okay, so I'm gonna answer this. Okay, first off, there's a federal law that kind of governs what HELPS does. It's called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. Okay, and what that law says is that if a person is represented by an attorney, collectors can no longer legally call or send letters to that person. They have to stop. And so that's what HELPS does. We send out letters to debt collectors advising them we represent persons for purposes of communication and to please stop contacting them. Now, in 97% of the time, that completely stops everything. Now, there's a few exceptions to the law, and I'll explain those to you. The law applies to debt collectors, not an original creditor. So let's say, for example, you have a credit card that you're current on, but you realize you couldn't pay it anymore, and then you've enrolled in HELPS and you just stopped paying it a month ago, okay? Legally, the credit card company can still send you a billing notice, and they are either going to do that by mail, or you may have signed up to have it come to you by email. If you want that to stop, when you enroll in HELPS, we explained to you, and it was in our enrollment letter, that you could do a change of address to have the bill go to your name, care of HELPS, with our address. And you could have the address changed if it comes to you on the internet in the form of an email, to have it come to zUlHYmfwA8Q, or come to you in some different way so you're not receiving it. Sometimes I'll tell people, if they get over the email, just don't open it up, just delete it. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, so what about telephone calls? For most legitimate creditors, even if it's an original creditor, when they get our cease and desist letter, they're gonna not call you on the phone. They may send you a bill, but they normally don't call you on the phone, especially if they do call you on the phone. You need to tell them you're represented by an attorney, HELPS Law Group. You give them our phone number and simply tell them to hang up. Now, even though the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act doesn't apply to original creditors, many states have laws that govern the collection of debts, including laws that prohibit a collector or a creditor or collector calling if it's known to cause hardship on a person. Maybe they've got a medical issue or something like that. And so when we send out our cease and desist letter, we always advise collectors that it's a hardship for our clients to receive these communications. And generally, we don't have a problem with legitimate creditors, original creditors, continuing to call people after they've enrolled in HELPS. But if you do get a notice, a call, or a letter after we've already sent out our cease and desist letter, contact HELPS. Email us, call us on the phone, however you want to contact us, get us the new notice, and we'll send out what we call a second letter. We have a letter that goes specifically to that collector or creditor and reminds them, hey, we already sent you a letter telling you to leave this person alone. You contacted them, so please get your record straight. And I also tell people it usually takes 2 to 4 weeks for a creditor or collector to get their computer in order to stop contacts. And I say, by and large, we do not have a problem with legitimate creditors or collectors continuing to call our clients. Just doesn't happen. It may take a few reminders, but the collection harassment is going to stop. Okay? Now, there's an exception, and the big exception is internet payday loans. Payday loans, there's local payday loans, there's payday loans over the internet. Some of them even advertise as overseas payday loans. Well, The reason they're overseas is they can break the law and they'll never get sued. And so they will call our clients and threaten they're going to throw them in jail, and they'll make all these threats that are totally, completely illegal. Even local payday loans sometimes are particularly aggressive and bend or break the law. So if it's a payday loan and maybe certain local creditors of some type, they could possibly be a particular problem. And if they are, we've got videos at the end of this and articles that will talk about that. But it's rare that it's a problem, and if it is a problem for you, you call us, we'll talk to you about how to deal with it and how to stop that contact. The most important thing to remember, I guess, is if someone calls you and they reach you, you can answer the phone and say, hey, I'm represented by an attorney to Helps Law Group. Please call them. And if it's a legitimate creditor, they're going to stop calling you or contacting you, and they're hopefully going to put a note in the computer to stop it. But if there's a problem, email us, call us, let us know. We'll send a follow-up letter, and the communication should cease. So if you have any more questions, contact us, and you have a great day. Hi, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to subscribe to Help's YouTube channel, click on the button below. We prepare a YouTube video at least once every week dealing with financial issues for seniors and disabled persons. Have a great day.